Okay, hello, continuation on our video. Now let's talk about admin, right? We've already done. Now let's talk about admin. Made migrations, done everything. Let's talk about admin. So Django as an admin, this is the URL for the admin, /admin. Sorry, our server is not running, so Python manage. How did I know the server was not running? This site can be reached, refuse to connect. This is just basically connection issues. So when we run the server and we go back here, yes, and we have it. If we log in, it will not log in because we don't have anything like that. This is just like auto-generated from probably one of my old projects. Okay, and that's it. Now let's go back. Yes, let's /admin, right? But nothing is happening. So we can come here to be able to use an admin. There's something called dir. Yeah, Python manage.py. I think I should. Yeah, it was in the beginning. I showed you. There's something called create super user, right? So when you do Python manage.py create super user, username leave to use blank. It wants to use Bazan as my username. Okay, good. Email address Bazan at onepiece.com or something. Password Bazan. It's probably give an error, too short. Use anyway, I don't care. Okay, now we have a user called Bazan, right? Then we can come here and call Bazan, yes, and call the password, which is also Bazan, BAZZAN, and voila. See, we are logged in, and this is Django admin. This is automatically created. I didn't write any code for this. Django creates it for you automatically. But then you notice all the apps we created is not here. So there's a way to register your app on the admin, which is to do something like these. Sorry, cancel it. To register our app on the admin, we have to come here, go to admin, under post, under our app, then you do you import from models import question choices, right? And to do admin, you want to do admin .site .register question admin .site .register choices, right? And that's it. You have it. Simple as that. You have if you come back here and refresh, see, you have choices and then questions. Yeah, it automatically adds S for us. Choices. I think we can actually change it, I guess. Can we? Maybe we can't. So this is if you click on that question, we'll see our questions, all the questions we created, right? We can create a new question by just going this way, no? Add question, question test. Question test is like add the question. What do you mean by that? Then you can edit the basic description to be what does that mean? You save, right? See, now you have add the question. Now if you go back to your model, right, you go back to your model and run Python manage.py shell, right, from pools.models import question, Right, we have question dot, we have like question dot objects dot all. See, add the question, it has been added. From import what's the name of the question, we can import choices. Now let's start creating choices. We've not been creating choices since. We can create choices by going here, adding choices, question. So like this is what I was saying the other time, that you have to link choices and question, and we were able to link it using foreign keys. Using foreign keys. If this foreign key was not there, then this field won't show. So see question, it's asking us a question. How hard is Django? And you have very hard or something. Very hard. Right, you can then save. See, it's representing it with very hard. Right, which is self.choice answer. The choice answer, that was what. So we can actually edit this to show self.question, right? Like, we'll put everything in a formatted brackets so as to reduce a bunch of stuff. We have this, the question and the answer. So I think this is more explanatory. At least it should be. See, how hard is Django? Very hard. And click on it. You can increase your votes. You can be like 3 votes. You can save. You can come back to create a new choice. How easy is Python? Choice answer, very easy. Else, then votes can be like, no, votes can be minus. See, that was probably, see, that's a technical mistake. Votes should never be minus. So we probably want to use something like a positive integer field, like all those little details, right? Positive integer fields. Votes should never be negative. I mean, you can't have negative votes, at least to the best of my knowledge. So probably as an exercise, you want to try it. How do I change this vote into what? Into a positive integer field. That's a very, try it and see if you can get it. And 3 votes, save. How easy is Python? Very easy. Right, if you come here and do questions, instead of questions, if you do choices.object.all, see, very hard, very easy. You can actually even create from here, if I'm not mistaken. You can create from here. Let's see, question, right, equals to what? That's true. Now how do we create from here? Okay, let's start with the easy ones. You can say votes equals to 3. You can say choice answer is equals to I don't know. I don't know is a very valid answer. Then question, how do we enter question? Question equals to question dot something id. No. Question dot get id equals to 3 or something. I will tell you what that means. So a choice is what? Question has no attributes, gets. Okay, so this is how to get a list of all questions, right? What about if we want to get just this user, right? If we want to get just this user, we'll do something like question dot object dot query, right? id equals to 1. Manager has no attributes, query. Okay, let's try get. Sorry, I'm forgetting the commands. I've now been writing Django anywhere. Exactly. Question dot objects dot get id equals to 1. So if we say id equals to 2, this returns how easy is Python. If we say id equals to 3, and that should give us add the question I do. So if you put 4, what will be the answer? See, it does not exist because we only have 3 objects, right? Now Control L. Let's go back to id equals to 3. Now let's go back to our choices, which I defined woefully. So it should be choice question dot objects dot get id equals to 3. So like this, what this one will just, it's what it will do, it will take this question and it will replace it with this one. So like we can't just write something like this and expect it to work. No, it's not copy and paste. You can't just write something like add the question. This is a string, not what we're trying to do here, right? But this will return an instance. Okay, you can do something like this. You can do something like the question, right, equals to question dot objects dot get and id equals to 3. Sorry, like this. Then if you print the question, it will give you that question, so you can now then move forward to do something like this. Choices is equals to question equals to what? The question. And now this is the perfect way to do it. And yeah, voila. If we do choice I don't know. So if we go back to our admin and we refresh our choice, sorry, after you create it, you have to save. If you don't save it, it does not get written to the database, right? And they are both querying the database. Yeah, at the question, I don't know. And so that's like how this is one of our apps, and that's how it works. Now since we made changes to our app, git status, right, clear. Git status. We want to do git add pose /admin .py. Want to add them to state them for commit models.py. Clear. Git status. I want to commit, and don't forget, give it a very explanatory name. Pose, we want to say register pool with admin, with the admin site, right? And I want to say register pool with the admin site. That's good enough, because that's actually the main. No, what am I doing? See, like your history should be as what explanatory as possible. So you want to do git add pools admin.py, right? And git commit register pools with the admin site, right? That's one commit. Then you do git status, git add, then pools /models.py. A commit should do one single thing. Like you can't just pack a whole bunch of stuff and add in a commit. So git commit pools. You can do something like update the return value of choices model. See, explanatory as possible. And when you do git log one line, you can get like a full history of the whole thing, of what's happening. Like, you get your own full history, right? And that's it. Now admin side. Now let's talk about pushing to GitHub. Okay, clear. Now we have git status, clean status. Now let's go to our GitHub, github.com. Go to my account. Go to my account, sign in. You need to be signed in that too. Okay, I'm signed in already. Wow, they sent me a 6-digit verification code. Okay, let me go and get the code. This is the code verifying, and yes, this is my GitHub. So we'll go to repositories, create a new repository. Have can have something like Zuri. Okay, let me have like a Zuri folder. I have like a Zuri LMS something. LMS tutorial for Zuri. Then I have public. We have readme already. I just create repository. Right. To create an existing blah 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 blah. So I'll push an existing repository. I'm going to be using this because I have it already. Like I have what's it called? I'll push an existing repository from the command line. See, we have a repository already, right? How do we know? Git log online. So we have like a bunch of codes already, right? So we want to do git remote. Git remote is to basically to link the local instance, that's the local folder, this LMS local folder, this folder, to link it to this LMS on my repository on GitHub, right? So the first way to link them is git remote add origin git at github.com. I have Zuri LMS.git. For you, it might probably be something like this: https github.com/Zuri, like SSH, like something like this. But I'm using SSH, HTTPS rather, but I'm using SSH because I have like a setting set up already. If you want to know how to do the setting, it's actually quite easy, to be honest. Github.com. I just do something as simple as set up SSH on GitHub. Then you have connecting to GitHub with SSH. You also read the documentation, very simple. Checking for existing SSH key for Windows user, most of you. So you just do from you run everything from your Git, but just follow after this one, go here, go to this one, after this one, just like follow this step, generating, just literally search generating, connecting SSH to your local machine. Then you have git remote add. So now if we do git remote v, it will give you origin. That means they've been linked. What's the branch name? The branch name here is master, but the branch name here is main. So we'll try to like, so quick short history. Originally the default git branch is master. I mean still master, but on GitHub they've changed it to main. It's no longer master. So like this is git here, we are using git here, this is GitHub, and that's like the difference between the two. Git is a tool, right? While GitHub is an application that is written on top, like that uses git in its internals. So like GitHub is more than git. Git is just the application where you use to manage your file. While GitHub is like, it's like this whole other application that makes use of Git as a web interface. It even does CI/CD, that's continuous integration and development. You might not need to worry much about that for now. Wait, you're going to do CI/CD in your projects. Yeah, just basically that's the difference between Git and GitHub. They are very different. Please don't call Git GitHub and don't call GitHub Git. They are very, very different. Very, very different. So the branch here is master, the branch here is main. We want to change, make sure everything uses the same branch. So git branch. This is to rename branch to main. Right? If you do git branch now, it will be main. See, it's no longer master. And you do git push u origin main. And there's it. You have it already. See, LMS pools, git ignore, readme, manage, mic.txt, payment.txt, and there's it. There you have it. So, and that's it. and that's how you link your local file to your GitHub file. After that, now we'll talk about another model. So like I said, we can have like 5 models in just a Django project. We'll talk about that next.